Alright guys, here we are, Studio Series 81 Wheeljack. And, here he is. Move him over, see his box. I mean, I like the design on the box art. I think his design is really nice in the movie. But, I wonder why his ears are always blue in the movie. But I don't know, I actually really liked how he looked in the movie. It was something different, something, he's a lot nicer looking. But I'm getting rid of the box now. There it goes. But, now, let me say it real quick. I don't really think this design meshes well as a toy, honestly. It doesn't work in my opinion. I mean, as a transforming toy, what I mean to say. I think it's because for it to work, his chest needs to be a lot wider, he needs to be a lot more rounded out, as you can see. And I think my problem is because I'm used to Wheeljack kind of being more like, I guess because I'm used to more of an angular wheeljack, not really more of a like a wheeljack with a bunch of like curves and all that. I'm over used to a straight like flat wheeljack, like boxy wheeljack. Like a robot, like a boxy people robot. Not like a bunch of like round parts on them. But that's me probably. Also, one thing I also had thought about when I was looking at this figure when I got it out of the box, it's kind of how much I don't kind of like his head sculpt, and I don't really think it matches how he looked in the movie, in my opinion. I don't know. There's something about it that I just don't. I just found I didn't like. I know in the past, Studio Series have messed up heads by painting not Starscream, but painting what's his name's nostrils, not nostrils, but like whole face things on his face, red instead of his actual eyes. There's just something about this head sculpt I don't like. Might be his eyes might be too big. I think that's my problem. Just don't really like it. But I actually like the head sculpt. There's something about it. I think it's just either that on his. It's maybe because it's just on this body that either I think his head sculpt looks too small on this body, or just not proportionate with something on it. But that's just probably me. But here's his gun. I don't know. I think with all their guns, honestly, I think they go kind of boring and not unique. I wish he had a shoulder cannon in the movie. That would have been cool. Like a cool accessory to have, but can't have everything in the world. But yeah, here's his gun. Nice, simple. Like he probably built it out of scrap metal or something. Like he probably put it together himself, most likely. Wish it was blast effect compatible, but it's not. So yeah. I dropped it. Put out to the side. I can put everything up to the side in these videos. I'll be honest. All right. Let's do some articulation on the wheeljack here. Now, unlike most not most, but unlike some wheeljacks, his back wings aren't actually on his back; they're on his arms. So he's kind of like Cyclonus or not Starscream. You know what I mean? But he has a nice tight ball joint at the arm. He's not going to go about that far and down that far. And he has that much. He can go all the way around. Double jointed elbows. It seems like these double jointed elbows are becoming a lot more common, which I'm liking. Limited waist swivel because his this little tab right here gets caught on his leg. So, yeah. And he has a very good movement at the head, actually. You can look up about that far and look down about that far. So, honestly, really good movement at the head. And his legs can kick out about that far. You're not getting much out of those legs when you're trying to kick outwards. So, yeah, don't expect much. And about that fit. You can kick up about that high, actually, if you... Yeah, actually, yeah, that high. So, good kick. Good kick back about that far. His knees bend about that much. So, not too much at the knee, but pretty good. And now, his weakest part of articulation. No wrist wibbles, by the way. His molds into the hand. Because of how it works. These legs have no articulation at all. There's a ball joint in there. Believe me, there's a ball joint there. It is right there. But you're not getting nothing out of these. I can sometimes, yeah, I can get them to ankle pivot that much. Sometimes I can get them to work, but other times I just can't get them to work. But like, you are not gonna get much out of these, just about that much. I mean, that's a good amount actually, if you really think about it for a figure his size. That's pretty good actually. Yeah. Sorry, just gotta check something real quick. I knew I forgot something. Sorry, I'm gonna make a YouTube short after this for reasons. But yeah, just to, cause I missed a lot of stuff on the Braun review, and I don't feel like remaking it. So yeah, yeah, wheeljack. Back to it. Yeah. His molding and sculpting on this thing is actually really good, and I don't. I mean, I like the choice of green, but I wish it was a little more, I think a little more, kind of how it was in the box art per se, like a little less like, oh, how can I explain it? Kind of like how the War for Cybertron wheeljack's green is kind of dull in my opinion. Like a little more vibrant in my opinion. I wish it was a little more vibrant. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I wish it was a little more vibrant. Sorry if it wasn't on camera. I was looking at Alex's screen. Sorry. But I wish it was a little more vibrant. Not like the War for Cybertron one where it's like very dull and kind of yellow and stuff, you know. And green. Very green. But yeah. We can get down to transformation with wheeljack here. After this, I get to do a fun review. Because, you know, I can do what I want with my channel. But yeah. Now this thing is very weird how it transforms. Transforms like a wheeljack, but yeah, kind of complicated. What we're going to do is we're going to take his arms and then we're going to untab him from his body. And then we're going to take this entire head section and just untab it. Just pull it out this and just push it back. And take his body, take this, undo this, bring it outwards. Then take his arms, fold them up, not all the way, fold them. Take these, fold them down to the back of his arms. And move them up for now. Just gonna leave his arms like this for now. Take his head, bring it down. And I can't leave his head like this because you want clearance. So we're gonna move his head sideways. That's how I do it. I don't know if it's actually the way you're supposed to do it, but I don't care. To look at the instructions. Bring out his knee pads because they come out a little bit, and then push him down. Bring out his knee pads, and then push him down like that, and then flip up his legs. And now, since you did this part, you have clearance to do this. I know it looks like a mess on screen, but you know, at least it's not a masterpiece Ironhide, which was an actual mess. I didn't like doing that. Bring this down out of the way, and then bring these down. Transform these real quick. Get those tied together. Like that. And now to the front. Here at the front finally. Also make sure to do this real quick, untab that again, and just flip out the rest of the front of the car. Oh yeah, also make sure to untab that. And alright, it's up. His legs have a good connection. Have a really tight, solid transformation. But yeah, undo that and basically unfurl it like that. And then just bring down this. And it's gonna you're just gonna want to try to adjust it. And it's actually gonna plug in 2 spots right. Come on, camera, right there. And nowhere else. Actually, I was wrong. Of course, I'm always wrong. Tab this in onto the side. My phone's starting to overheat. I can feel it. Maybe I should give it a break or something. Nah, I gotta do one more after this. But we're almost halfway there. As you can see here, we're halfway. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you this side a lot better because I didn't really show you good enough on that side. So what you're gonna want to do is take this and flip it around and basically bring it down. And this is gonna go so this is gonna go under there. And push it up. And this is going to basically go down, push down, tab into there, and then we're going to go to the front real quick, tab these together, go to here, and basically this is the more annoying part, in my opinion. You're going to try to get everything to up here to just kind of fit together now. Because this bumper section is usually where it's my problem. I can get one side always going without a problem, but the other side doesn't want to. There we go. So everything try to just fit together, basically. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget this step. It's very important that you do that. And then for the final step, you just take that and put it in there. Then bam! Oh yeah, make sure to just kind of angle those. And there you go. We finally got the futuristic kind of whatever he is. I forgot the name of the car on the top of my head right now, but I'll probably remember it later. But we got his car mode. It won't roll on carpet, but it will roll relatively okay on wood. But we got him in his vehicle mode. Looks nice, honestly. It's honestly something. It looks like a. I like how it looks kind of like the race car we transformed into, but at the same time it doesn't. I like that about it. And it seems like they took a real good liberty with the design. And I feel like that he would make these modifications to his own vehicle mode to be a little faster. You know, I could probably see this. You probably see this in, Cybertron situation. You know, I think it's really nice looking. And seeing that we have no idea if this is actually officially what they turn into or not, probably is. But this is actually really good. Thing. It looks nice. Good wait to it. All right. Gotta transform this guy off camera. Be right back. And with the power of me cutting the camera, we're back with the robot mobile jack. Now, he may have his flaws in my opinion, honestly. His weird shape and his overall color scheme, in my opinion. I think my problem with color scheme is that I think he might need a little tiny bit more visible green on the body. Besides the chest and the legs that's it. I think, some splashes of green here and there would have made him look better. A little more red, Just my personal opinion, though. And one other thing I just kind of don't like about the figure is that I wish there's just something about it that I just don't like, and I'm not sure what it is though. It's very funny. Unlike Braun, where I actually really like the figure, it's just something about wheeljack that's just kind of I don't know, meh. I mean, it's around the same price as Braun, so if you see him in a store and you really like those designs, I suggest you get him. He is a good figure, I'll be honest. He is good. There's just something about him I just find a little meh. I think it's because I think I know what it is I don't like about him. I think it's this generic transformation that just seems like regular old robot car to me. And then we got, then we have Brawn, and we got like the Seekers and Soundwave, which turn into those very weird transformations. And then we got kind of just, I don't know, Wheeljack seems just kind of run of the mill to me. Like a regular old, car chest turned into the front of the car and then the legs, That's kind of how Wheeljack does it. But with Wheeljack, it's usually fun with Wheeljack. I think it's because Wheeljack, he usually always transforms pretty similarly. And it's always fun to do. But with this guy, it's a little fiddly, it's kind of annoying, and I don't know, I just don't really like it. But that's my opinion. What's yours? That's just me. This is me, signing off. See you next time. Until the next review. Goodbye.